All right. Hello, everybody. This is take two. I usually never redo a video or something, but I had to because my camera froze. So, yay. Now I don't know what the fuck I was talking about. So, basically, this video is about my weirdest delusions that I've had. Now, I can say like a lot of the time people can't tell if it's real or not real, right? Um, in my case, in the past, it felt completely real all the time. Nowadays, more so that I'm on medication, whenever I'm delusional, I can kind of know if I'm delusional or not. I can kind of see if, like, okay, the odds of this happening is very, very slim, you know? So I won't believe, I will believe that it's not a delusion, but I'll also feel the effects of it. Like, for example, the worst delusion I have is, and it's constant. I think every single person is trying to kill me in some way or another. And I know that it's probably not real, but I feel it constantly, 24/7. That it feels so real to me, even though I know deep down it's probably not that real. So I'm still always terrified of people. Um, that's why I have a hard time going outside. That's why uh, I panic a lot when I go outside because I just feel like I'm going to die by someone. Um, could be anyone. It doesn't matter. I have no specific like person that's going to kill me. It's like every single person, and that's like the delusions I have nowadays. And another delusion I have nowadays that it's hard to really say that it's real or not real to me because it feels really real. So I've been having these hallucinations, right? Of this doesn't happen all the time. It only happens like not super frequently, but I will start hallucinating these transparent like beings, right? They're transparent. I can see them kind of, but I can't see them at the same time. And they're injecting me with stuff. They're injecting me with needles. And in my mind, it's like these are aliens. And for some reason, they are like injecting me with something to make me more alien and not human. And also, another delusion of mine is I don't think I'm human, or I think I'm half human and half something else. Um, that is something I believe. Um, is it probably a delusion? Um, yeah, probably. But it's so hard to like. Delusions are a really weird thing, and that's the ones I have the most common of nowadays, and it's just really weird. Like my whole life, I've never felt human. I've never felt like I fit in anywhere. You know what I mean? Like I was made fun of my entire life. I was just treated like shit most of my life, and I don't really know why. It's just real shitty, and so I just felt like I've never belonged anywhere. I'm sure a lot of people feel the same way. Uh, um, uh, so I'll talk about my past delusions that I would have. It's hard to go back in the past and think about stuff I've thought. Um, so I remember I had this one delusion that I thought I was God, right? Delusions of grandeur. And I don't know how long that went on for because I was really fucked up mentally. Like my friends probably back then knew more about it than I do right now because I have no idea what was going on. Um, so I thought I was God, and I don't remember what exactly um, I did or said to my friends back then. This is when I was like 16, I think, or something like that, something around there. And I would just say I was God and have my friends like pray to me or some shit, something like that, or they need to pray or some bullshit that's fucking horrible. So I had that once. I don't know how long that went on, but I probably ended up in the mental hospital after that, after a little bit after that. I'm pretty sure I did. Um, what are other delusions that I've had? So hard to think. Oh, I've had delusions where I thought I was like some like being that could grow things. So what I would do was I would go outside and I would try to grow grass or trees or anything really around me, and I did that for a long time. Um, yeah, very weird. Um, that's a weird delusion to have. I'd say the weirdest one, you know, I've had a lot of delusions, and some I'm not gonna say because some are pretty bad. Um, but the brain is a very interesting thing, especially if you're schizophrenic. It's very interesting how your brain works and functions because it's not logical in any sense. Um, what are other delusions that I've had? It's just kind of mind blowing. It always has to do with like me having like superpowers or some shit. Like I thought I was God once. Uh, I thought I was like, oh, I get a delusion all the time that I'm immortal. So I told this to my psychiatrist that this one's kind of dangerous because like when I hear voices and stuff, like I'll think I'm immortal, and I'll hear voices telling me that I'm immortal and I need to test it, like to test my immortality. I need to test my immortality to see if I'm actually immortal. And I'm like, this is probably a delusion, but at the same time, it might not be, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Um, that's a real bad one, which is weird because if I was immortal, right? Why would I have so much like anxiety about my brain makes no sense. Sometimes I it really mind blows me how much my brain doesn't make any sense. Like I'll think I'm immortal yet I feel like my heart is going to explode or I have cancer all over my body. Or I guess that's a delusion too. Is that a delusion or is that just anxiety? I don't know. But back then I was so worried about my health because okay, I'm like okay, how tall am I? I'm like 5'11", almost 6 foot, I think. And um, back then I was really sick mentally. Like I could not eat anything without throwing up. And I wasn't like, I didn't have like a eating disorder or anything like that. I just felt so sick. I felt so ill. Like I was dying. I had cancer all over my body. That's how I felt. And I felt physically ill and I felt mentally really ill. So I weighed 115 pounds at 5'11". Um, that is extremely underweight for my height. And when I was in the mental hospital, they tried to force feed me like fatty stuff and like a lot of calories so I would gain weight, but I just never did it. And then they put me on Seroquel, and then I started to get more healthier. Right now I weigh I think 165, which is like the most I've ever. Well, no, actually weighed more. Like probably a month ago I was like 171. Um, but this is the most I've ever weighed in my life. Uh, most of my life I was really, really skinny and unhealthy because I thought I had cancer all over my body. And I will say that's like a delusion, thinking you're so sick and so ill. That is actually probably the worst one, actually, thinking about it now. thinking that I'm so physically sick and ill that I have cancer all over my body and I'm going to die any second. And that went on for years and years. And I still kind of feel that way sometimes, especially with my heart, because I've had my heart tested like quite a lot. And I get my blood taken quite a lot. And I feel just physically super shit for no reason. Like I work out. Oh, I started working out probably a couple months ago. I don't do it like super. I don't do it as much as I can want to because I sleep so much and I always feel like shit because of the medication. So I'm always like super exhausted or just like physically just don't feel like doing anything. Like the motivation type shit just kind of sucks all around. But I'm trying to become healthier, um, just so I can feel better, physically. I kind of hope that works, but I'm not sure if it's gonna work or not. Is there any other weird delusions I've had? Well, I did have this one. This doesn't really count as a delusion. I had hallucination of God once, right? Um, Sorry, my voice is all fucked up for some reason. That was not a voice crack. All right, my voice is fucked up. I don't know why. Um, so I had a hallucination of God, and he just looked like a regular dude. He was like, "I'm God." I was like, "All right." Um, and he wanted to give me powers, right? He wanted to give me powers. So he was like, for you to get powers, you're gonna have to go to church every Sunday for a month. And I'm like, that's kind of strange, but I'll do it. Yeah, I didn't do it. I didn't go to church, so I didn't get any powers. Unluckily, but that's the only time I've ever hallucinated, you know, God, right? So that was a weird one. That's more of like a hallucination, not really a delusion. Um, let's see. Mm, my memory is so shit that it's. I'm surprised I can even do YouTube videos because I just do them in one take, right? I don't edit them. I don't do anything about it. So it's just like it's 100% authentic. I'm not like so it might take me a bit of time to think of some stuff, and it's hard, trying to think of fucking shit that's happened in my life because I've been mentally ill for the majority of my life. Oh, I also thought my parents were like uh some type of god. They were gods and they were hiding everything from me. Um, this is actually kind of recent. That I still kind of think is true. Sometimes, sometimes it's like it's bullshit, and other times like yeah, it's probably true. I think there's some kind of like some beings that are not human and they're pretending to be human and they're like torturing me by keeping me human or something or like um basically I don't like being human that much. I mean I do, but I live a lot. I kind of a lot of the time I hate who I am and I hate everything about me. um so in my head a lot I fantasize about things like I wish I could be something like this. I wish I could be this or that. So, and I've had that my whole life because I was made fun of my whole life. So, always wanted to be something different. Always wanted to be something like not human, you know, because my experience of being human has been completely trash, pretty much. But yeah, that's it for this video, pretty much. I hope you guys enjoyed. Um, yeah, if you have any suggestions for video ideas, go ahead, write them in the comments if you want. I'll read the comments, see what I should do, because I never know what to do. I'm extremely unmotivated to do anything, which sucks. But anyways, follow me on all my social medias if you want. I'll see you guys later. Bye.